Right now, life has us keeping our distance, but there's never been a more important time to come together. Scouting looks a little different than what we're used to, sure, but across the country, Scouts are coming together to learn, grow, and serve even while apart, because that's what Scouting has always been about. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Our culture is one of perseverance and determination. Our foundation is that of always being prepared. When you think about it, we've been preparing for times like these for over 100 years. Because for the past century, we've been pioneers, adventurers, helpers, scouts. Nothing can stop us. We've got this. We are Scouts.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color guard dismissed.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty
to God and my country, and to obey the Scout law.
Self-led to people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Scout is trustworthy,
loyal,
helpful,
friendly,
courteous,
kind,
obedient, cheerful,
thrifty,
brave,
clean, and reverent.
Oh, hello there. My name is Jada.
My name is Carlos.
My name is Kathleen.
My name is Dex, and I'm a Cub Scout.
And I'm a Cub Scout. And I'm a Cub Scout. I'm here to talk to you today about becoming a Cub Scout like me. Who here knows what Cub Scouts do?
Well, since this is a video, I'm just going to tell you what they do, and let's see if you're right. Cub Scouts get badges for doing fun activities. We make friends. Scouts go camping,
climbing, fishing, and swimming together. We have fun, we play sports, and go to parades. Scouts also help people and become the best versions of themselves.
Scouts become future leaders. In fact, some Scouts have even made history. Did you know that some of our former presidents, astronauts, award-winning scientists, and actors were Scouts when they were your age?
Here's an example of something Cub Scouts get to do each year. Wait for it.
We use our skills to make rockets, and then we fly them.
Fly them! So, who wants to become a Cub Scout?
Okay, this is still a video, so I'm gonna need you to let me know a different way. Visit beascout.org to find a pack near you.
Get any questions answered and sign up for Cub Scouts online. Make sure you have an adult to help you with that part, though.
Good morning. I am Ron Penzick, Crossroads of America Council Commissioner. And what that really means is I'm your most senior uniformed scout. Not in a uniform today because I'm in my office, but I represent all of our unit volunteers on our council board. We believe we're going to have a very beneficial day for all of you here. I want to first say that I appreciate very much you making it to the conference. Some of you are down at Camp Randsburg at the western section camporee, and others of you are at home or other great places to be, but all here on video. I very much appreciate you making it out. I'd like to welcome all our volunteers that are here, and we've got volunteers in many different flavors, whether they be council leadership or district leadership, unit leadership, and even parents. Excited to have lots of folks here to learn about what's happening at Crossroads of America Council. I think what you're going to see today in our general session, so sort of this first hour, are a number of speakers that will talk on what I'll call general topics. First, news about our council, news or information on the Den Leader experience. We'll have some updates on membership. We'll also talk a little bit about scouting for food. We'll talk about a blood drive that CAC is going to put on. And then finally, some discussion about our after school programs. And then after we finish that general session, we will break out into a number of breakout groups that are appropriate for some of them may actually be appropriate for more than one may be appropriate for a volunteer, but obviously you'll have to decide which of the breakout rooms you want to head to, and those will cover one will cover advancement and training, another will cover community service, another commissioner and unit leadership, another one will cover Den leader and Cub parent, and it will be Scout book focused for you Cub leadership. That's an important place to go. I think Scout book is an important advancement in our program. District chairs and unit chairs, excuse me. We'll have another breakout session on the governor's luncheon for scouting, a breakout session on marketing, a breakout session on membership, and then finally a breakout session on program. But before we move on to those, I do have a couple of items that I would like to speak to you all about. The first of those is our rechartering process that is really getting underway now as we're all meeting here. The process begins with our commissioners, and we start to roll out that recharter process. And I know it can be a lot of paperwork and a lot of online stuff, and it can be difficult, but obviously one we need to work our way through. In addition, probably some of our membership, or very likely some of our membership, feels like this past year they were shorted, if you will, on program, given everything shutting down for COVID. So to answer both of those items, we discussed at the CAC board and passed a resolution setting aside $350,000 in support for our Cub units and Scouts BSA units for help on recharter fees, for membership fees. And the way that's segregated out is approximately $300,000 for our Cub packs. And what that actually ends up being is if a Cub pack agrees to follow essentially the ideal year of scouting, they're able to secure $40 per member in membership fee support. So that's pretty significant. That's roughly about half of the annual membership fees for those members. And then on the Scouts BSA side, a little bit different, more focused on Scouts in need. Again, still looking for those units to follow the ideal year of scouting, and those units that have Scouts BSA members in financial need, there is $50,000 set aside, again, to help $40 on an individual basis towards membership fees. So I think a great thing that our board has listened to our volunteers and our parents, some of their concerns for the past year and for fee increases in the coming year, and taken some action by setting aside some grant monies to keep scouting sustainable. So I very much appreciate our board's actions on that. Next, I'd like to talk about our council reopening plan. Our council reopening plan is posted on our council website, and mailing should actually start out to unit leaders here in the next week. And really what that reopening plan provides for you is an easy place to secure COVID information in all the counties in which we sort of operate scouting at Crossroads of America Council. In addition, it'll provide you with a step-by-step process to have safe meetings and safe outings. So we'll give you an outline of the things that you need to do to make sure your outings are safe and your meetings are safe. And then finally, it'll provide you with a health checklist for your members that are coming to meetings and outings to sort of run through again to help keep those meetings and outings safe. So hopefully you can make use of that reopening plan. And related to that, I met with a number of units in here about 2 weeks ago, units that I would call, sort of performing well, and units that have been able to continue to meet throughout sort of our COVID shutdown. And I wouldn't tell you that they met in the same conventional ways or went on outings in the same ways that they always have. They certainly had to make modifications, and they made suggestions on things that would continue to help them. I think we really recognize that our Cub packs are having some difficulties in securing meeting space. Many churches and schools and Legion halls aren't necessarily allowing groups to meet. Some are perhaps starting to open up, but we at Crossroads of America Council, we're looking for ways to help our units. In addition, as it relates to outings, certainly there's concern over tenting, youth tenting together, given COVID guidelines, and cooking, kids cooking for their patrol. What I've seen units do is really just focus in on single, so sort of single youth to a tent. And while some units may not be able to have enough tents, if you can get your adults to bring their own tents, or there's always ways to wiggle around and try to make sure you get one youth to a tent. And then in terms of cooking, what folks have seen good success with is cooking as a unit rather than as a patrol, and having a designated cook for the outing, right? An adult, perhaps a designated cook who can sort of maintain cleanliness and make sure things are kept well controlled to keep it safer for our youth. The other option certainly is pack your own meals. If you think about backpacking or day hiking, right? Many units that do those types of activities will have youth and for that matter adults on the outing pack their own meals, right? So breakfast idea might be Pop-Tarts and perhaps a Cliff Bar and trail mix for breakfast, all packed into a Ziploc bag. And then lunch, again, Cliff Bars, don't they taste great? Trail mix, beef jerky, so on and so forth. Kids, they could just think about going on a road trip and all the goodies they buy for sitting in the car. Same type of stuff, right? Packed for lunch, and then dinner. There's lots of different backpacker type freeze-dried meals that just add boiling water. And again, kids can buy their own to their own flavor, and you can avoid cooking essentially altogether other than boiling water and pouring it into an envelope. So, the key here is finding ways to get kids outside, get them camping, get them to meetings, and be creative. Get them off Zoom because they spend all day in school doing exactly this, staring into a video screen, and we'd sure love to get them outside. And those are just a few of the ideas that I saw come up in the meeting I've had. So with that, I think I'll turn it over to our next speaker. But say before I sign off, again, I very much appreciate you being here and spending your time with us on this day, and hopefully you find it valuable. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Aaron Craig. I'm the field director for our Great Western section here in the Crossroads of America Council. Today I want to introduce a new communication tool for our scouting units and families. Beginning on Monday, October 5th, we'll have a video series aimed at bringing you the latest news for scouting here in central Indiana. We're calling it the Crossroads of America Council Unit Update. Every 2 weeks, a new video for our units and families will be posted with all the cool things happening in scouting, including all the news you need to know. Each video will be about 5 minutes and feature things like camp registrations, upcoming events, scouting for food, district Pinewood derbies, rechartering, training updates, as well as spotlights on fantastic unit activities, key volunteers, and introduce some of our new staff members. We're always looking for cool content, so please let your district staff know if you have anything you'd like to share or someone you think should be highlighted as a great volunteer here in the Crossroads of America Council. We'll post these updates on our social media pages, so like us on Facebook or smash the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications down below.
Hello, my name is Tucker Leprod, District Director in Pathfinder District, but more importantly, a Cub Master in a local Cub Scout pack here in Crossroads of America Council. Being a scouting leader during a pandemic has its challenges, but there are a multitude of resources that I'm excited to share with you today that will make your experience as a Cub Scout leader enjoyable and exciting. The first is our Restart Guide, posted on the Crossroads of America Council, that will give you lots to think about and consider as you restart scouting activities. The second is through Scoutbook, where you can log in as a DIN leader and have all of the resources you need to run a DIN meeting available in the palm of your hand.
What's up, Den leaders? Alika and Chris here with some absolutely game-changing news for you. That's right. Okay, I don't want to oversell it, but remember a long time ago when we used to carry a big old crinkly map everywhere we went, and then Google Maps came along and changed everything? Well, yeah, we're talking big.
Super big. So I'm sure you've heard of Scoutbook by now. And in fact, I'm sure most of you are already using it. And if you're not familiar with it yet, it's fast becoming the way unit leaders unit lead. Whether you lead a pack, troop, crew, or ship, Scoutbook is preloaded with your unit's data, so it's easy to track advancement and keep your kiddos engaged and on track.
Yep, and we are constantly working to make Scoutbook more and more useful to you guys. So earlier this year, we asked hundreds of Den leaders where they could use a little help, and the feedback was unanimous. The Den leaders are looking for help simplifying their role in two main ways: planning and preparing for meetings and tracking advancement. Well, ask and you shall receive. Introducing the new Den Leader experience available today through Scoutbook. With these new updates we rolled out, it's literally never been easier to plan and prepare for meetings and keep track of Cub Scouts' journey through the program.
The third is our wonderful Cub Scout DIN Leader resources found on scouting.org. Among many other things, these resources include a video series meant to supplement your DIN meetings. And finally, if you're a brand new DIN leader or don't know where to begin, here in Crossroads of America Council, we've begun filming real live DIN meetings from a pack that will be released each week to show you what a DIN meeting might look like in its entirety in a real setting. Watch our Facebook page and YouTube channel for these updates. If you'd like to learn more, join me in the Cub Scout Parent and Cub Scout Leader breakout session following the general session here. Thanks, and Scout on.
Howdy, Crossroads of America. I am Candace Flagg. I am your popcorn guru. I'm here to update you guys on some of the wonderful things that you're doing out there in the council. So great job to all those that are out there selling. Very excited to report that online direct is 125,000 more above what y'all did last year for the entire sale. So fantastic job. Just a great way to keep selling. It's safe and easy. So make sure you're promoting that in your unit and letting all your parents know. And I also want to tell you that you guys can have at least two more opportunities for ordering products. So just know that those units that are out there selling, that are getting the product, are doing great. Those storefronts are being successful, and there's great numbers out there across the board. I even know some units that are selling way above what they have done last year, and some of them are making goals all the way across the council. So great job, Scouts and Scouters. Just know that if you do need anything, if you know me, reach out. If you don't know me, reach out to your DE. They're a great resource for you, but we are all here to help you be successful in your sale. Thanks, y'all.
Why have you never donated blood before? Intimidated to go in.
Needles? I would probably just gonna check your veins.
There's no needles yet. Well, I have a very special helper here today that I think might be able to help you through the process.
Really?
Oh, hi.
Well, hi there.
Are you scared?
A little nervous.
Well, I'm gonna help you get through it today. You ready to get started? Hold your hand.
Yes, please. Thank you.
It's okay.
If you want to hold my friend AJ, you can.
Thank you.
Eye contact.
All right.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cow.
Moo.
Girl, I love your ripped jeans. Are your knees a little cold?
1, 2,
3.
1, 2.
Dang it.
Miss Emma, you are almost there.
Wow. Girl, you're almost done.
I should bring you every time I get a shot.
Well, there's actually a reason your helper here today is so familiar with the blood donation process.
So I have a blood disease that is called sickle cell anemia type SS. I've been hospitalized over 72 times and have blood transfusions over 70 times.
When I was 5 months old, I went into kidney failure. I needed to have a lot of blood transfusions.
And when I get the blood transfusions, it makes me feel like I'm me again, like I'm a kid, I can do anything.
Thank you for donating.
From the bottom of my heart.
And girl, give me a hug.
Well, I think everything we've talked about that kept my focus the most.
And not only I'm thankful, but my mom is too.
On behalf of whoever's going to get your blood, thank you so much. It means so much to us.
Without you, she would not be here.
Thank you so much.
Group hug.
This makes it 1,000,000% worthwhile. I'm literally honored and privileged to be able to do this.
Would you do it again?
I would happily do it again.
I feel like we should pinky promise. You're all done. I can hug you with both arms.
Crossroads of America Council and the American Red Cross are partnering on a blood drive. Our goal is to reach 100 pints of blood donated, and we can't do it without your help. The blood drive will be held at Camp Belzer November 11th and November 12th from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. We will send out information to you so that you can sign up to be part of this awesome drive. Please remember that youth ages 16 and older can also give blood with parental consent. We look forward to you signing up and helping with blood donation, which is very, very needed in our community. Thank you so much.
Hello there, my name is Matthew Kennedy, and I am the Cub Master for PAC 499 in Pathfinder District here in Crossroads of America Council. And this year is undoubtedly one of the most challenging that many units face when it comes to the area of recruiting. But I wanted to share with you a couple of tips that led to our PAC's success. Ultimately, we did a recruiting night back at the end of August, and we were fortunate enough to have 17 new scouts join our PAC. Combine that with the fact that 24 of the 29 scouts that we had at the end of last year have returned for this year, and it's been a very successful campaign for us. But it was not by accident. We put forth a very specific executed program to make sure that we're able to gather as many possible new scouts as we could and share our story and share our information with as many families out there. And the first of the things that we did was to focus not necessarily on the schools from the administration standpoint. Principals and administrative assistants are very busy right now with all of the restrictions due to COVID. We instead pivoted and tried to talk with the PTA and PTO organizations instead. We tried to talk with those groups because they are the ones who, by and large, are helping to guide families through this tumultuous time. They were also, in our case, receptive to helping to spread the word about our scouting program and our sign-up night. We also heavily embraced digital technology. In addition to Facebook, many units have a Facebook page. We have a Twitter account. We have an Instagram account. We also have a listing on Google. We created what's called a Google My Business listing, where we could have our information there and searchable when people are searching for Cub Scouting in our area. We also have our own website, cubscoutpac499.org. And it's something that we did in order to be able to provide a digital platform to share information and forms and resources in a current environment where we're not able to do one-to-one contact. Putting all of those forms and all of our registration materials, our calendar, our budget, putting it on that website and simply telling people, go to this link and you can get everything that you need, it made it much easier to be able to communicate with new families and share with them the information they needed to get started. We also obviously couldn't do scout talks. We're not going to be able to have that magical presentation that usually gets scouts motivated to join. But we do have the most important ambassadors for scouting already in our units. We have our scouts. We would remind them, talk to your friends at school, invite them to join you at a meeting, invite them to come to the join night, make them your recruiters, make them your ambassadors. They are more effective than any scout talk ever would be. They know how to bring youth in because they are youth themselves, and it's important to remember that. And probably the most important thing to remember, and it's obvious, but get it done. We can come up with any number of reasons why this year is difficult. And ultimately, the main obstacle to any unit during this difficult recruiting season is ourselves. Take the moment to talk with your other leaders, with your committee, and find out new ways to be able to reach people. Try something that you've never tried before. Coordinate with other units in your area and do a single large event trying to reach more families than you ever could alone. Do something different, because ultimately we are the ones that will prevent us from being able to have a successful recruiting. And finally, don't stop. This year is going to be a marathon, not a sprint. Many units are used to doing a single sign-up night, and then you bring everybody in, do orientation, have your first PAC meeting or troop meeting, and just go. That's not going to work this year. Think about the second chance night. Think about a third chance night. Think about doing some sort of outdoor service project that has public visibility. Do things to reach people over the long term. Build those relationships and invite new families to join you in October and November and December when we traditionally wouldn't, because that might be the time when they are ready to move forward into a new activity and join something like scouting. So those are some of the things that we did and some of the ways that we looked at this process. Ultimately, I hope some of this helps you, but the greatest thing that you can do right now is simply try something different, move forward, and I wish you all the best of success in spreading the word about scouting.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the newly put together CAC recording studio. We hope each and every one of you are having a great morning this morning, and welcome to this year's Fall Conference. We're so proud of all the work and everything that our volunteers and our scouts have done so far this year. And we want to highlight a few things and communicate to you some of the great stuff that's happened here in the last month and several weeks. And first and foremost is a great front page article from the Indy Star about our African American community programs and our outreach programs. Then also highlighted was Wish TV did a great piece with Celia Navarro, our Director of Special Initiatives and Outreach and Diversity. And she did a great job on all of our after school programs, and that was highlighted by Wish TV. Also want to thank everybody that came out and participated in our Adopt a School program. We had over 30 schools were served, 500 scouts participated, and over 1,000 hours of community service as well. On the other side of community service, we also have a couple events coming up in November. Please mark your calendars. On November 7th through the 14th, we've got our Scouting for Food campaign that is sponsored and hosted by Kroger. And then also on November 11th and 12th at Camp Belzer, partnering up with the Red Cross, we're going to have a blood drive. So look for that information and put those dates on your calendars and plan to participate. It is the fall, it is the season of popcorn, and just want to thank everybody for all the great work that they've been doing, pushing popcorn online and selling popcorn. I've gone out and about to some of our locations that have allowed us to do online and also storefront sales. And we've got lots of scouts out there doing great work, and really appreciate all of our parents
making sure that we can continue to fund scouting into the 2021-2022 years. So continue to push popcorn. And oh, by the way, I think everybody ought to know that we are in the top 3 nationwide of online sales with over $320,000 of online sales so far to date. You know, the CAC's future is bright, and it's bright because of each and every one of you, and it's bright because of the work that you're doing and the adaptability to scouting and being able to deliver scouting in a virtual world, in a world that we're not used to. We're used to getting out and about and being in our charter organizations and being around each other and having a great time. But our main goal right now coming out of this conference should be that how do we get everybody re-engaged? How do we get all of our volunteers, all of our families re-engaged in scouting and really enthused about this fall and the activities of scouting? One of those ways that we will highlight scouting as we do every year is the Governor's Luncheon for Scouting. And we're very excited that in 2020, this year is our 25th anniversary of the Governor's Luncheon for Scouting. We're excited to announce that as of just last week, the Colts are our title sponsor, and we will have our Governor's Luncheon for Scouting at Lucas Oil Stadium on December 15th. So look for all kinds of information on that. And we really invite all of our units to participate, get involved, and take part in just a great, great event. And one of the signature things that everybody will be excited about is Lee Greenwood will be hosted and be there for us to open up with some very patriotic music, as we all have heard in the past. Camp. Everybody missed camp this past year, and we know that units are getting out and about, but Camp 2021 is in full swing. All of our camping committees, our volunteers, and our professionals have been planning and working very hard for that. So look for information about Camp 2021, how you can get your units and your scouts signed up and registered for next year. It'll be a great, great summer, and we look for, another great, great year at summer camp throughout all of our council, all 4 of our capital camps, Belzer, Kithelween, Cretenstein, and Randsburg. So look forward to the sign-up information, the promotion information, and how you can get registered for summer camp. To wrap up, I just want to say, hey, we really appreciate everybody. We hope that everybody is staying safe, staying healthy. We appreciate your patience. We appreciate you doing everything that you can do to get your scouts and your families re-engaged. And we ask that you really reach out to your DE, and we want you to get engaged with your unit restart guide. Your DE can help you with that, and answer any questions on how we as a council and a district can get you the resources that you need. But remember, as we've said in our slogan and kind of tagline for this year, on our challenge coin is, if you reach for the stars, you will land on the moon. And I know that 2020 has been a year of challenges, a year of lots of different twists and turns, but scouting is prepared. Scouting is living and breathing and great here in Central Indiana and the Crossroads of America Council. So continue to reach for the stars, land on the moon, and we hope that you enjoy your day, you enjoy your breakouts. And I'll kick it over to Aaron Craig to give you direction on how to get to your breakouts for the rest of the day. Thank you for what you're doing, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks to everyone for a great opening session. At 10 a.m., we'll begin our elective breakouts. We have 9 for you to choose from. The options are advancement and training, commissioner service and unit leaders, community service, district chairs and unit committee chairs, our governor's luncheon for scouting, membership, marketing, program, and a scout book experience for Den leaders and Cub Scout parents. To find the links to those breakout sessions, check your email or go to crossroadsbsa.org/calendar. Today's calendar event has all the links for those sessions. You can choose the one that will work best for you. Thank you for joining us for the CAC Fall Conference, and we hope you have a great rest of your weekend.